Your chance of developing colorectal cancer decreases by 16 to 24% just by consuming this one nutrient. And what is that, you ask? It is fiber. Carbohydrates, not so sexy family member, but it is really important. Women are recommended to consume around 25 grams per day and men around 38. Here's a little anecdote because fiber really changed my life. A while ago, I was on a high protein diet without proper guidance, and it's safe to say it was a disaster. I just felt horrible all the time. It was not great. And I was like, hold on, I feel like I'm missing something. And that's something, fiber. And when I reincorporated back into my diet, I just felt so amazing, lighter, happier, energized, just everything. And so I hope that you all incorporate fiber into your diets because it really changed mine. So what is fiber? Fiber is a type of carb that's found mostly in plants, but unlike typical carbs, it can't actually be digested by the body. So when you consume fiber, it goes through a digestive tract, and here is where it works its magic, and then it leaves. So there's two main types of fibers. There's soluble and insoluble fiber. So soluble fiber is one that dissolves in water, so it helps with things like blood sugar regulation, lowering cholesterol. It includes foods such as oats, beans, apples, carrots, and other foods like that. Whereas insoluble fiber does not dissolve in water, and its main purpose is to help the digestive system, so it adds bulk to stool. Think of foods like nuts, grains, veggies, things like that. Moving on, the benefits of fiber. So why should you even eat fiber? For starters, fiber has been consistently linked to the reduction of several types of diseases. So for starters, fiber helps regulate cholesterol levels and blood pressure, which both help then regulate or reduce the risk of heart disease. Until this day, heart disease is still the world's #1 killer. And so fiber just has this ability to regulate those levels and as a result reduce the risk of that disease. And fiber also helps with regulating blood sugar levels. And so this is useful for people who have diabetes or have insulin resistance. Then when it comes to your gut, fiber feeds a good bacteria in your microbiome. So think of it this way, there's little employees working in your stomach. And if you don't compensate them or feed them fiber properly, they get unhappy. And so then it can affect your mood, it can affect your immunity and various other systems in your body. So that gut and mind connection is very real and it's very connected. But perhaps the most compelling reason why you should be eating more fiber is its role in cancer prevention. So there's a study done in Nature Communications which looked at 97 dietary factors across 500,000 people, and these were the findings. The risk of colorectal cancer, that's cancer of the colon and the bowel, reduced by 17%. So that means by consuming the recommended 25 to 30 grams of fiber per day, your risk of colorectal cancer could decrease by 40%. But here's a kicker. Most of us don't even consume anywhere close to the recommended amount. The average recommended amount actually consumed is somewhere between 20 to 15 grams, which is very far off from the 38 to 25 grams. And so this isn't just like some information that you need to know. This is a major health problem that people should really rectify. Now that I've scared some sense into you about eating more fiber, let's look at simple ways you can add more fiber to your diet. And the reality is it doesn't have to taste bad. Like we've all seen that high fiber wholemeal pasta, which tastes absolutely horrible. So some simple ways are, instead of eating white bread, eat wholemeal or whole grain bread. You can try eating or snacking on things like roasted chickpeas, roasted veggies. They taste great, not that hard to make, and it's a great like savory midday snack meal. You can also try adding things like chia seeds, flax seeds, or oats to your smoothie to add more fiber to that. Another way is also you can try to get in more lentil-based dishes across the week. That's a great way, like maybe a chickpea curry, something like that. Add some more fiber to your diet. And the real great one here is when you're cooking like veggies or maybe eating like a golden kiwi fruit or something, leave the skin on because a lot of times there's fiber hiding in there. And it's just a very small, simple switch to make. So it just makes getting that fiber in just a little bit easier. Another thing that's really important to know is that when you're looking to make lunch or dinner, so you have your plate, try to fill at least half of it with vegetables, that way you're getting in your fiber, and then have a portion out for some grains or for some protein. And so that way you're eating a balanced diet because I mean, look, I know everyone has different dietary goals. Some people might be bulking or trying to get more protein in. That's completely fine. But just make sure you don't miss out your veggies because they are very, very important. That's where all the fibery goodness is, along with other essential vitamins and minerals. Don't forget those. But before you all go rush and eat more fiber, a cautionary tale. So if your fiber intake is very low, think maybe 5 to 10 grams initially, and then you want to skyrocket to that 25 to 38 grams, which you should ideally be eating, don't do it like overnight or anything like that, because your body will literally freak out. Your microbiome is going to be like, what on earth is happening? Why am I getting so much fiber? So the best way to do it is gradually increase it. And so that way your microbiome has time to adjust. And because if you do it too quickly, it can cause things like bloating, discomfort, things like that, which just isn't great. Another thing is hydration. So you should normally be getting enough water. So for women, it's around 2 liters. For men, it's around 2.6 from memory. But obviously, depending on your location, region, how much you sweat, things like that can really differ. But hydration is very important, especially when consuming fiber, because fiber pulls water out to work its magic. And so the more fiber you eat, the more water you need as well. So hydration is another key tip. Before I send you off, I want to look at 3 main myths I get all the time. The first myth is that fiber is only good for digestion. We've been over this already. It's good for blood pressure, cholesterol, blood sugar, and a whole bunch of other things. It essentially helps to regulate the entire body. It's not just digestion, even though it does focus on that. It also helps with mood, immune system, and whatnot. So no, fiber is not just for your digestive system. Myth number 2 is that you can only get fiber from grains. Once again, this is wrong. You can get fiber, actually more fiber, from different types of fruits and vegetables. I know a lot of people kind of freak out when it comes to grains, like calories, carbs, things like that. But as I say, everything in moderation. If you want to know more about a balanced diet, let me know in the comments below. But no, grains are not your only source of fiber. And the next one is fiber supplementation. So this is one of my favorites. Fiber, so supplements are great for you, don't get me wrong. Supplements when you need iron, vitamin, magnesium, whatever it may be, great for you. But the thing is, they should never replace a balanced diet, because for like this apple, for example, right, has a bunch of other vitamins and minerals plus fiber. If you take a fiber supplement, cool, you get fiber. But with this, you get vitamins, minerals, and a bunch of other stuff. And so you can never really replace the whole food source with just a supplement. And so supplements like fiber can be great if you need extra fiber, that's fine. But make sure you never replace a balanced diet with whole foods with supplements. Now, I know making any type of dietary change isn't easy, it will take time, so don't beat yourself up if you're not perfect. It's about being consistent and just building that practice up over time, because in the long term it will pay off. It will help you feel more balanced, energized, and just feel lighter as a person. Another really big thing is that fiber, getting more fiber, is probably one of the cheapest ways to stay healthy in the long term, because it helps with so many things I've just stated above. And so increasing your fiber intake is so crucial. My challenge to you is that starting today, try to get 5 grams more fiber every day. And the thing is, you're not just doing your gut a service, you're respecting yourself by giving yourself the required energy, the required nutrients. I know that all of you who watch my content do it because you do want to be a better version of yourself. So wishing you all the best. Let me know in the comments below what you enjoy, what you want to see next. Wishing you a happy digestive systems until the next one.